Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Good evening. How are you? How are things? Hope they are well. Today, we're going to do some work. That's what we're going to be doing. That's what we're doing. Let me see here. Hey, what's up? It's me, Mr. Bengtson. Yeah. This is where we're at currently with this bad mamma jamma. We're working on a Warhammer 40,000 Imperial Titan, the Knight Crusader to be exact. Yeah, tons of metal badassness is what it is. This is what we're at so far. If you are interested or have not been able to catch up on previous work, you can catch all of the streams that I've done to get this far on ZBrushLive.com. You can also find a lot of other awesome artists there. If you feel like you'd want to get some more people to watch, some more amazing artists. But yeah, this is what we got so far, and this was all covered on ZBrushLive.com under Brendon Isaiah Bengtson's page. How are ya? Hey, what's up, Light? Okay, good to know chat's working. How's everybody doing? Anybody that was watching Lena, I do apologize that we had to go over that. Lena, how are you? Alright, let's get to work. Today on Brendon Isaiah Bengtson Makes Art, we are going to block out the center chest piece. Right now it's just kind of a mess up there. I think the leg is fairly close to being done. I have to redo one of these inside pistons and rescale this guy, and then just mirror everybody over. So the next hinge point obviously will be getting the undercarriage of the chest rolling. And I decided, where'd it go, that even though all of this reference is some of the best reference ever, awesomeness, look at that, dude, just, it's so good. It's still not quite enough, you know, doesn't have that feng shui, the tactileness, you know. So I just decided to go out and actually get the actual model. So I know my camera down there in the corner is very small, but I went out and got the actual model. And this is the undercarriage. I know you can't really see it, but you got some crazy amounts of details all in there. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to get this guy rolling, because nothing is much better than having the actual model right in your hands. Yeah, you know what I mean. So, we're going to get this rolling with the undercarriage here. Which, from here, you can see, let's just give you a little bit better, that's the same image, I don't want that. So this is a cover, obviously, this is a cover, but there's basically one vertical side that goes here, one goes here, and then it's kind of got this like circular carriage for the arm in here. And then you kind of got these little spines that run from that vertical to the little circle. And then it all sits on this big plate. So we're going to establish the plate size first, and then we'll get to blocking out one of these sides, and then we can go from there. It'll be pretty easy. It just, all this stuff's a little bit time consuming, you know? You know? So I think we're gonna, because I want to work in symmetry for now, I'm gonna work on the left side so that I can mirror and weld over. So we'll work on this side over here. Alright, for now let's turn off some of this stuffs. What's up, Dave? How you doing, man? We'll turn this guy off. We'll grab this dude. Let's just rename this guy real quick just in case. Cannon. $6 a.m. burning the early morning oil is what it is. Tenshi, what's up, buddy? How you guys doing? Alright, and this is, we'll call this one Cannon Shield, I guess. I don't know, I don't care. Okay. I just want to kind of start clearing the way for this dude. Now, you'll see actually that this is all just a bunch of live booleans. So that, and this is all just to get the kind of the gist of the shape. Yeah, so it's mostly booleans for just for the big blockout shapes. But all these other ones down here, this is all this is all ZModeler. This is all ZModeler stuff. All the Z mods. It's so easy. God, I love ZModeler. Alright. So, what we're going to do first is we're going to get the size of this upper plate correct first. Dude, ZModeler is a game changer, man. Anytime I get a chance to convince people that they should pick it up or at least try it, you should. Alright, so we're just going to... Where do we have this? Is this in Hips Don't Lie? What's up, Easy? Big fan. Could you give me advice for new 3D creator using Cintiq 13 HD? Gotta be a little bit more specific, man. What do you mean? What kind of advice? Like life advice? Like investment advice? Like should I water the grass this morning advice? You know, what what about 3D? Like what should you go into? AD, what's up, bud? Thanks, man. We're going to bring this out. I don't want that in Hips Don't Lie group. I want that. I'm not going to be in LA for a Lightbox. One of these. I do have to make a confession. This is actually the first time I'm going to miss the ZBrush Summit in like 5 years. I always go. Except for this year. Just can't. I can't make it work. I'm sad. Sad face. Alright, so we're going to start a new folder. Yeah, rip ZBrush Summit for me. That's for sure. I'm sad about it. I'm sad. Don't bring it up, man. Why would you bring it up? We're going to do chest? No. We're going to do what was it? Undercarriage? I don't know. Whatever. Carriage? I think that's what it is. Undercabbage? Undercabbage? Could be undercabbage. Who knows? Oh yeah, but E3, that was my first time at E3. It was an awesome experience, especially unveiling Avengers. So it was awesome. All right, so we're gonna append. Let's grab a cylinder. Hard surface clean. Is this achieved by touching the surface very little and using primary shapes? Yeah, it's a mixture of that Tenchi and using the dynamic subdivision. I use a lot of dynamic subdivision just to kind of get stuff clean with the cleanness. Okay, I'm just going to run into my ZModeler brush real quick, and then... So what I found is, if you're in ZModeler and you're kind of having a hard time like picking stuff, but you have everything else showing, and you have polymesh on, a lot of times if you just isolate real quick, it'll get rid of all that weird issue-ness. And I usually do this every single time, and I should get smarter and just make myself this. Or just use insert brush. I can use the insert mesh, but I like having it on 000. Something I don't like about isolating. I use the shortcut V for solo mode. V. So basically what I do is I set up my keyboard shortcuts is V for isolate, and then Shift V is for ghosting. So visually I can look at solo or ghosting just with Shift V, and then Shift F is polyframe. And then you can assign keyboard shortcuts really quick. All you have to do is hit Control Alt and click on something. And then, so if I do Control Alt and click on polymesh, you can see right here, press on the top. It says press any combination for the hotkey. So I just do Shift F, and then that assigns it real quick. All right. Now we have this. Let's just... So another reason why I use append is because it just centers into the world. I don't have to draw it on something. And I can really quickly just get something directly in the middle. It's super quick, super easy. Okay, so this bottom piece is basically a circle with 2 cylinders on the side. So we'll start with that. We'll see here this circle is like from right here to right here. So it's larger than this guy, and this guy's the same, which means that these guys will fall right about in the middle of this. So I just want to kind of get that idea. Craig, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Do you also do retopology for low poly game models, or do you usually only handle the high poly model? And do you use ZBrush to do it, or do you use a different software like Topicon or Maya? Typically, if I'm doing it this way, where I'm building all of the hard surface stuff in ZBrush, I'll try to get it as low as possible. So if I do, the other shortcut I use is Shift D, which is for dynamic subdivision. So this one's Shift D activates it. So I go Shift D. So what I try to do is I just try to use dynamic subdivision just for visual purposes, just for visual fidelity, just kind of help it out. And what that does is it gives me the ability to do that, right? So typically I'll try to get it down as far as possible, so that I can try to use this model for the low res. But it probably won't work. I'm probably going to have to go in and actually retopo some of these. It depends, though. How good is the family and the 2 ballers, the dogs? Good. It's good, man. Family's good. I got me Ma coming in today. Okay, let's turn that back on. Oh, right. So retopo, I usually right now I use Modo for retopo. just because I'm used to Moto and I have Moto. But I've been using Maya quite a bit lately. And the quad draw is actually pretty nice. I don't mind it. Okay, so sizing wise, now you got to think about there's a cylinder right here. That should be okay. That should be about alright. Alright, and it's got to be a little bit hefty, so I'm going to make it a little bit thicker, something like that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off all of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. That. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that quad draw is really awesome. Okay, so now we're going to... I'm just going to, instead of appending in another one, this guy is pretty much solid. So I'm just going to dupe this guy. You say you want to be a 3D creator, more like a character creator. Oh, like a character artist. Do you need to get good at drawing first? No, you don't need to get good at drawing. What you need to do is get good at anatomy. And the quickest way for you... What you should do to get good at anatomy is do whatever you have access to help you get better quicker. If that's drawing, then do drawing. If it's sculpting in ZBrush, sculpt in ZBrush. If it's sculpting in clay, sculpt in clay. But basically, learn anatomy the quickest way possible. So you don't necessarily need to know how to draw. But if let's say you're stuck on the couch and you're not, you're not able to get to your computer, grab a sketchbook. You know what I mean? But anatomy, clothing, and some hard surface. That's kind of the basics that you'll need. I was curious as to why you don't have done one side duplicated, bonded to the center. I just haven't had a chance to do it yet. We could do it, but we'd have to go through each piece and just mirror and weld. Okay, so let's just dupe this guy. Dupe. Dupe. Duplicate. Alright, so then we're just going to snap this way. Ooh, not that one. So I'm just going to block in this size right here. Alright, so we've got this guy now. We're just going to block in this size just to kind of get, because this is where kind of this undercarriage is going to live on. Was doing retopping with 3D coat, but it felt kind of odd. Yeah, the thing is, I mean, retopo is retopo. You know, it's not like, it's something that just kind of needs to get done. But, oh, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I got a feeling you know what I'm gonna do. But I'm totally gonna jack this. This piece right here is pretty much that exact end cap piece. This one right here. So I'm just gonna grab that and move it, duplicate it, move it over. Easy. Yeah, honestly, I always say for retopo and kind of that mundane stuff, just use whatever you have and whatever you're used to. It really is just about the overall. So let's do auto groups. Let's do merge similar groups. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to isolate this dude, and then we're going to do split hidden. So what that does, check this out. So it splits it from this particular one, but because each one of these subtools has its own history, I'll just undo this one, right? So now I have this, but I still have this. Genius. Alright, so let's grab this guy. We don't need him to start. We need him all the way down here in undercarriage. Here we go. Undercarriage. Okay, cool. There he is. And then I don't need both of these, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hide one and do delete hidden. And now I just have this guy. Not that one. And then we're going to rotate and snap to 90. Bring that guy up here. Hey, Marty, I can't read that if that's a question. Sorry, buddy. Because I'm a graphic designer and want to learn 3D. Actually, honestly, easy. More often than not, I always suggest... Well, that's a kind of a conundrum before I even get started. More often than not, I always suggest. I'm a big believer in that all 3D artists should have some kind of graphic design experience. Because in graphic design, you have like the very basis of just design sense in general. You know, like what makes a good design. You know, you work on your core art skills, right? Form, repetition, you know, all of those things that like make something pleasant to the eye. And that's really, really, really tough to teach. Like those fundamentals are tough to teach when you're dealing with like a third dimension and like, you know, big software packages, you know, all that stuff. It kind of gets in the way a little bit. So I feel that everybody should be doing some kind of graphic design work. It helps a ton. Do I bake in Substance Painter? No, I actually bake in Marmoset Toolbag. Because I love their folder system. And I highly suggest it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just duplicate this guy real quick. He is all one poly group. So I can do this quick little trick. If you just hold Control and Alt, you can just drag a duplicate of it off. So I'm just going to drag him back here like this, and it automatically masks your new one, and then just snap this 180 degrees. Like that. Unmask, and then boom, there we go. We got that thing. I'm going to try to grab this little thingamajigger real quick. Sorry, you guys got lots of questions today, so I'm trying to do this and answer your questions like it's my job. No problem, Easy. I actually think you got a leg up on it. Practice, practice, practice. Absolutely. What's a recommended scanner for getting a real human scanning the ZBrush? Tom, I have no idea. Whatever works. Marmon said it's awesome. You have to try it. These guys look like, actually, looks like this wants to come out a little bit more. I'm seeing there's a little bit more kind of a dome shape here. What's up, Prashant? Prashant? Yeah. What's your approach to cloth fibers, sculpted or texture? It depends. Is it going to be like alpha to out? Like, is it going to be like torn cloth fibers? Or is it, cloth fibers that's in the middle of a shirt? Because those would be two major different things. While we're waiting for that, what I'm going to do is let's mask this off right there, and then I'm just going to move this back here, and then I'm just going to pull this out just a little bit. I'm going to get a little bit more of a dome shape here. And I'm just masking off there, something like that. Cloth fibers in the middle. I would use a material for cloth fibers, like if I'm modeling a shirt and I'm like, oh, what these like cloth fibers in here, I would totally rely on the material. So again, I'm using the dynamic subdivision. Basically what I did was I went in previously and creased all these edges, and that's why I'm able to get these nice crisped edges. The other thing I want to do real quick is hey mask. I just want to grab this center point, and I'm going to redo this one over here real quick. But what I want to do is I want to just give, I don't want that to be completely flat there. What I want it to do is have just a touch of roundness, like that. You're good at pencil and papers, but bad at using Wacom Cintiq. Trying to figure out. Honestly, easy. I'd say the best thing to do is just practice. Like if you're already good at pencil and paper, like you kind of have the tangibility of knowing what's in your head and having your hand do something. It's just going to be a matter of practice for the Cintiq, honestly. Okay, so let's undo that guy real quick. I'm gonna get rid of this guy real quick and redo him. So let's delete hidden. You'll see it's actually kind of like rolling down a little bit. I don't mind that too much, but what I do mind is that there may be a little bit of kind of like this slanting down, which I don't want. So what I'm going to do is grab my ZModeler brush, go in here, do a crease, edge loop complete. We'll just crease that guy real quick. And then now when I do sub D, this is like absolutely straight, which is kind of what I want. Can you inform us about your workflow? Do you do high poly then decimate it, or low poly first? It really depends. It's kind of a mix of both. It's really about what works best for that particular piece of the model. There's no like, I always do this first. It's more about what's quickest to get to the shape and form that I want, and then so we'll just duplicate that guy real quick. We'll snap this over to 180, pull that back here. Okay, cool. Typically for I'm gonna go grab these Boolean guys over here, which are, I think, these guys. No, which one is it? These guys. Those guys. I want those guys real quick. So instead of recreating those, I'm just gonna grab them. Let's duplicate real quick. And then if you do shift and press move down, that will actually shoot this all the way down to the absolute bottom of your stack. And then I can just pull that back up into here. Done and done. Was going to do high poly, low poly. I'm talking a lot this morning. It's like I'm live or something. It's all good. That's why I'm here, man. You used Marmoset once and never went back? Oh. I thought you meant never went back to Marmoset. I was like, dude, you tripping, bro, you tripping. So sometimes if you're like hiding something, And you're like, okay, well, why didn't that hide? Dude, it's because you gotta have symmetry on. There we go. So we'll delete hidden, and then we'll just do group visible. Okay, cool. And then grab this dude. We're gonna bring him up here. I was answering a question. Workflow. So yeah, it really really depends. If I'm doing organic stuff, I typically will do high res first, and then retopo. And then I may retopo by hand. I may retopo like an auto retopo, like ZRemesher. It just really depends on the model. Okay, so we don't want this to be start. We want this to go under here. We press start on this guy, and then on this guy we do negative, like that. Then we turn off poly. There we go. So we kind of get that idea. And it looks like they're a little bit smaller and like up on the upper third. So let's do that. I'll show you another cool little trick. So we turn polyframe back on so you can actually see these. And let's isolate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to delete these guys real quick. So we'll do delete hidden. Alright, so now what I want to do is I want to grab this guy. We'll snap to the center of Geo. I'm going to place him in that. And then we'll just make him just a little bit smaller like this. So what I want to do is I want to duplicate this guy evenly across three pieces. So because this is all one group, one poly group, if I do Control Alt click and drag, right, I can duplicate it just like I did with this the circle underneath it. Now what's cool is if I'm still dragging like this and I get this distance here and I still am holding my mouse down and I let go of Control and Alt and I drag over again, it gives me, I mean, I can basically do it however many times I want. But it gives me an equidistant. Okay. So Control Alt, click and drag. I get the base distance, and then I let go of Control and Alt, and I bring over one more time, and then I let go. That's how you can get equidistant in between those two. 3. There we go. Something like that. And then what I'll do is I'll do the same trick as I did with this one, which is, let's isolate real quick. I want to make sure that these are all one poly group, so just do group visible. And again, all this stuff, this is all just in tool poly groups. This is all of my poly group stuff, which is right down here. So it's just, I grab a bunch of these that I use and pull them out here. Again, this one is geometry stuff. This is deformation stuff. This is, what was it called? Subtool stuff. Morph target stuff. Masking stuff. So it's literally just, I bring out whatever I'm using a lot on just onto the palette here. Same thing with on this side. Okay, so now they're all the same poly group. And what I can do is, I do this because I don't want another layer or another subtool, but the Boolean operation is already going. Poly groups, yes, in a way. Typically what I do for ID maps is I'll use the polygroup color. So what's cool is that you can come down here to poly paint And you can use this guy, Poly Paint from Polygroups, which is awesome. And what that does basically is it fills the vertexes with whatever color is assigned as the polygroup. And then when you export as OBJ and bake, you can get ID maps that way. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this dude and then just do Control-Alt and click and drag and move this guy over here. Now, the nice thing about this is that it's only this subtool and this subtool, right? They're not like, it's not 4 different subtools. Okay, cool, got that. Now, the next question is, how am I going to do this piece over here? Do I want to do it as another subtool, or do I want to... Let me take a look at the actual thing. Let's be clever, and let's just pull the geo out from the... Let's do a little ZModeler stuff and pull the geo out from this thing. That'd be fun. Let's do that. Come on, it'll be fun! Okay. Okay, we'll go polyframe, and then go into our ZModeler brush. And what I'm going to do is... Alright. Let's do insert single edge loop. And I'm going to pick the distance here. And you know what I may do is actually... Why is my... my buttons keep disappearing. No, not right here. Oh, Jesus. Let's go into transform real quick. I'm just going to dock this guy over here. And what I want to do is I want to get the, I think it's, is it Y? I don't know. No, it's Z. It's not working. What if I mirror and weld on the Z axis for this dude? There. Basically, just mirrored and weld across this center line, right? And now when I insert, I can use my symmetry. So instead of the normal X symmetry, which is going across this way, I'm just using Z, which goes across this center plane. Which is pretty handy. Okay. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to mark where I want to pull the geo out from. This will actually be pretty easy. And we're going to utilize the trim. I always get slice, clip, and trim. I always get mixed up. But we're going to use the clip, I think is what it is. Okay, we're going to go just... I think that one's fine there. And then we'll go down to, say, here. Cool. And then we'll just do QMesh. Basically, I just want this to come out. So do polygroup all. We'll QMesh this. So here's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to pull all this stuff out, and then I'm just going to clip these sides. Clip, 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 and then we've got the geo. We got the shape that we want. Easy peasy. QMesh is basically the same as extrude. Oh, you're talking about using... Is there an extrude in here? I don't know. I never use this extrude. Pre-drag. What's up, buddy? My guess is that it may have some subtle differences. Honestly, I don't know. I never ever use extrude. I always use QMesh. It maybe has some kind of different algorithm for like how it pulls off the faces in which directions and stuff. So I'm not sure. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the clip brush, and we're gonna use clip curve. Oh, it does not weld the points the way QMesh does, so it's almost useless. Gotcha. Okay, so QMesh is a smart extrude. Thank you very much, guys. That was gonna bug me. So here's what I'm gonna do. We're just gonna use this clip curve, and what that does is it takes all the points that are here and just smashes them down to wherever you put your line. Look at that. What? So now what I can do is just go, whoop. What? And then maybe what I'll do is I don't think I could do that with just this guy. What? Shut up. No way. Boom. Look at that. Yes. Dude, look at that. The effing magic, bro. The effing magic. And then, maybe what we want to do is maybe we'll bring that back up. So we'll do a single poly, and we'll just bring this guy up like this. And that's a beautiful thing of QMesh, is that like it's basically smart. Will you apply smoothing groups? Yes. So smoothing groups will happen. So the awesome thing is that, like, let's say I want to like actually smooth this guy out. Well, how do I do that without going in and like selecting each one of these edges for creasing? It's actually super quick, which is group by normals. And basically what that's going to do is anything over this angle right here, which is 45 degrees, and I can set that to whatever I want, we'll get a different polygroup. You're like, okay, well, why would you want to do that? Because you can come down here to Geo, into Crease, and you can do Crease by polygroups. Boom! And then I can do Dynamic Subdivision. There you go. What? Wait, what? So obviously this one here, I just have to go in and we'll just crease that guy real quick. So we'll just go back into crease. We'll do edge loop partial, and we'll just grab that guy. Nope. I'll just do crease single edge. Dupe. Dupe. Now if we subdivide, we get nice and smooth. Easy peasy, man. Andrew, what's up, man? From Indonesia. Easy peasy. And then what you can do is you're like, oh, well, if this shape isn't quite exactly what I want, then you can just use your, you go back to my, just change this back to my selection brush. Use my masking. I'll just grab these guys here, and then maybe I'll just pull those guys out a little bit. Or what I can do is, because it's going to give me some kind of weirdness there, what I'll do is I'll grab these guys, I'll grab, nope, these guys. I'll grab these guys, and then we'll just pull those out just a little bit more there. What's up, Jake? Are all the episodes available somewhere? I kind of want to go back and watch. I'm glad that you asked, Jake. Like it was almost planned. If you would like to go back and watch how I did all of the rest of this, you can find those episodes for free on ZBrushLive.com under Brendon Isaiah Bengtson. Yeah, so all this work I've done on here is available on my author page on ZBrushLive.com. You can go and find it there, sir. Very cool YouTube channel with a lot of amazing interviews and top-notch 3D artists. Yeah, those interviews were fun, man. I should really do more of them. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab this guy. We're going to mirror and weld on the X now. I'm going to turn off local symmetry, though. Local symmetry is also in your... I think it's in this palette, isn't it? Yeah, local symmetry is right here. We'll turn off mirror and weld. There we go. Cool. Grab this dude. We'll do mirror and weld. And then we'll grab these guys and we'll do mirror and weld. Cool. Now we've got our base. Oh, snaps. And then it's got this like this little thing. You probably can't see that. It's all dark and stuff. But anyways, this is the back, so it's got 1 cylinder and 2 cylinders. So I'm just gonna place those dudes real quick, and then we're gonna start blocking out this side large piece. Yeah, man. I really should do more of those interviews. Those were a lot of fun. Feeling a little parched this morning. Okay. Alright, we're just going to append in a new cylinder. So the other thing that we can do is instead of going in and just deleting all these, you can go down to initialize and do a Q cylinder like this. The problem with that is, like, for the most part, it's awesome. Q cylinder and Y. But it has this, I don't really like this. This geo is better for a low res model that you can bake onto, but this is not good for doing ZModeler work. Not good. No, not good. That's why I tend to go with this, because now I can really quickly just edit this with insert and QMesh and all that fun stuff. So that's why every time I usually just go in and just be like, whatever, I'll just delete these real quick. Nah, whatever. And again, I could use the insert brush that has this without this geo, but I really do like having this at center, which is a little bit tough for insert brush, which you could do, but you know, whatever. Okay, so grab this dude, scale him way down. We're gonna rotate him 90 degrees. We're gonna get him down here. So the other thing too is that, you know, if I had a flat surface right here that I could draw him on, that's fine. But I don't really have a flat surface right there. I mean, I do right there, but then it just gets kind of weird. I'd rather just do a quick append. Okay, we'll get this about size. Let's say it's about yay big. I think if I put Put it on the legs like this. It goes out just a little. I don't know if you can really see that, but it goes out just a little bit further than this little butt box. Butt box? You're a butt box. Your face is a butt box. What's up, Rakesh? How you doing, man? So it goes out a little bit further, and it sits, I think, so the bottom curve just sits above the bottom plane of this guy. So he's right about there. And then how wide is this dude? He is about that big. Okay, so we got that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, so that's this guy right here. And then we'll just duplicate him and turn him just to get this overall placement right here. By the way, a method I'm using for those tool meshes, I have a couple of primitives and then store them inside a separate ZTL, and then I can just append or insert them at will. Yeah, the same. Yeah, append probably be the better way to go. Worked great with live-boolean. Yeah, for insert mesh, I use it for live-boolean, I usually use insert meshes because it's easier to just draw it right on there. Typically for blockout, I'll use append because I really want to make sure that it snaps to center and is all nice and. But yeah, if you go into brush insert, and you go into IMM primitives, this one I think right here has no edge geo. Yes. Yes. Okay. Let's make sure that this is in undercarriage. Okay, cool. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate this guy. We're going to move him up. We're going to rotate him 90 degrees. And he is not very far above. Let's say maybe here. It looks like he comes in right about something like that. So we'll just leave it there for right now, just to kind of get the overall feel. Cool. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to, I think what I'm going to do, let me grab my webcam real quick. Let's unlock that. I'm just going to make me bigger real quick, so I can show you. So, the way that this carriage is, so here's the two that we just made. This bottom is what we just made, right, with these guys right there. So the big thing now is blocking out this side piece. Sorry, this side piece right here. So you'll see that it just has those two pieces, these two, and then it has like an offset. So we're going to build one of these guys first, and then we'll build these little skeleton, like curved pieces. You guys can see that? Hopefully you can see that. Like that. And then we'll build this stuff. Now, let's get me out of here. I'm too distracting. Get out of here, B. Okay. So, in order to do that, I think I'm going to do is let's turn these dudes off. Let's rename these shoulder pads. Just turn those dudes off real quick. All right. So now, it doesn't exactly match this, but it's kind of got this like weird, this weird shape to it. So it has a curve over the top, and then like another cutout, and then another cutout, and then another cutout, and like another little cutout. So I think what I'm going to do is something, and now for something completely different. I'm going to do it a different way. Because I like showing different methods. And I like using different methods. So, here's how we're going to roll. Here's how we're going to roll. I'm going to first... I have no idea what I'm going to do. Just kidding, I know. Alright, we're going to append in a cube. And then, so for these cubes, I don't know why these are this way. I mean, come on, we don't need this nonsense. This is nonsense. So in this case, I can go down to initialize and just use a Q cube, because that will give me some niceness. With the niceness. Here's what we're gonna do. In order to get this, I'm gonna show you this shape real quick. You can see see how it has like these divots out of them? Divot, divot, and then up here divot and divot. We're gonna do something cool. Duh, duh. Here's how we're gonna do it. We're just gonna draw it. What do you mean, Mr. Bengtson? We're gonna draw it. What do you mean, what are you gonna draw it? But how do you draw it? I don't get it. Let's do biceps. What are you gonna do? I don't know. It's easy. Watch. Watch and learn. So we're gonna do this. Let me get the full scope of that guy right there. Then what I'm gonna do, can I do that? No. Let's pull him in here to see. Haha, yeah. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna subdivide this guy. I'm gonna take off smooth modifier, and we're just gonna subdivide this guy. Why are we subdividing? So that I can draw on it. So what you want to do is when you're drawing on this and or painting, you're using vertex paint, which basically means that each one of these vertices in here will be assigned a particular color. And what that will do is if this vertice is one particular color and this vertice is a different color, it'll have a linear fall off in that color range from here to here. So if I want to draw a picture on here, you basically have to have a ton of vertexes. Right? Because right now, if I come in with my regular, let's say my standard brush, and let's go RGB, there we go, and then we'll just do like a red. Sorry, we'll go back to white, let's do fill object, and then we'll do red, like this. If I draw in here, like it's just assigning vertex colors to each one of these vertices. So how do I do that better? Just subdivide the crap out of it. And now I can do this. Haha. Because this means that now I have more vertices in there that I can color. Now, it's not just color. What you can do is you can also mask or draw with your mask. Oops. Look at this. So, what I'm going to do is... Hey. Whoa. I don't want that red. I'm just going to really quickly draw out. Now, I don't need this to be perfect. I just need the overall shape. Nothing crazy. Okay, it's going to go to his faceplate, right about there. And then it's going to have a little notch out like this. And it's going to come back down and come into here. No. Yes. And I can just go and delete this guy. It's going to come in like this. Nope. It'll come in like this. Is that how I want it? Nope. Let's try again. Now I'm doing it this way because I really want to just control there isn't this drop down, that's why. So let's get rid of this guy. So it just basically comes to a point and then comes back over like this and then down. Nope. I think this guy actually comes up a little bit higher. Now this doesn't have to be perfect because I can go and adjust all of this later. All right, I just need the basic. Maybe what I'll do is just do that and then we'll just cut out. Sometimes it's easier to just cut those things out than it is actually to draw them in. I think all of this comes out a little bit further. Maybe we can just go... Whoop. That's not going to work, is it? It's masked. Not going to work, dude. That's fine. I think this is... I think maybe this is too high, which is fine. We could deal with that. This comes down here. And this guy comes up, over, like that. Okay. This is just the basic shape, which is fine. Then we'll just fill all this in real quick. You can use Lightbox or whatever you want to. Take my focus shift down. I'll just clean this edge up real quick. Y'all still with me? We'll just clean these edges up real quick. Okay, so what I'm going to do from here is, so we're just going to do group visible to turn everything that, and then we're going to do group masked. Look at that. What? And then we can come in here. Oops. And now I got Geo. Look at that. Look at that. Nope. There we go. Delete hidden. Right. We do have to... Oh yeah, we got to delete lower first. Delete lower. Delete hidden. Now I got Geo in that exact shape. And then what I can do is we can go in and do a quick ZBrush. Geo. ZBrush. Before I do that though, kind of want to clean up those edges, so I'll use polish by groups. And that is in the deform tab, polish by groups. And then we'll just do a, let's go 5, and then we'll just do a quick ZMesh on it. See what that does. I haven't heard from anybody on chat in a while, so I hope that chat didn't go down. Oh, I'm hoping. Okay, people are there. Good, great. I like 20 by 20 is really good. Maybe we'll do detect edges. Let's try that again. Cool, that's a little bit better. We'll do polish by groups. This kind of just gets me some nicer ones in here. We'll do ZBrush one more time. What we're gonna do half. This is my Saturday morning cartoons. Nice. And then what we're gonna do is grab my move brush, and then I'm just gonna start moving these guys a little bit. Still think there's a little bit too much Geo in here, but we'll see. Okay, we'll go by half again. Now you know when knowing's half the battle. Yeah, right. Okay, it's working. Okay, good. All right. So now I have some lower Geo that I can actually start working with now. So just kind of clean up these edges real quick. All right, and this is why I wasn't really fretting over the exact shape, because I can really quickly and easily just smudge stuff around with a move brush, and then do ZBrush again here, and then we'll just click it to same. And then we can do some more polish by groups, but before I do that, what I want to do is I want to just mask off these corners, because I don't want them to round the corners. So now if I do polish by groups, it'll clean up all of this other stuff. Pretty dope. Cool. And then I basically have the side that I want. Then what I can do is I can come in with my handy dandy ZModeler brush, grab my Q mesh, polygroup all, and then we go whoop. There we go. Oh yeah. Alright, now the question is, where does that sit? Sits right about there, actually. Not bad. And then we do mirror and weld. And then now I've got the two side cages. Yes. Now before I do that though, what I want to do is I want to prep the edges of this. So hello. Oh, that's why. So sometimes when you Q-mesh, you can invert things like this. It's really easy to fix. You just go down to display properties and do flip. Super easy. So what I want to do is I want to have a border along here. That's what I really want. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that through. Yeah, there's Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch chat going at the moment. So, there's a couple ways I can go about this. Is I could try to get this geo an equidistant, but because the shape is really weird, I may have trouble doing that. So what I think I may do is, let's get rid of the thickness. So we'll hide the rest of it, and then we'll do delete hidden. And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to divide this a couple of times. And then I'm going to mask off that area. I'm going to use my clip brush again here real quick to kind of clean this up. Boop. Nice. Like that. You know what I could do? No, let's not do that. That's a little bit weird. Okay, so we'll just clean that guy up quick. Yeah, ZModeler is awesome, dude. Super awesome. So I'm just going to divide this a bunch of times. And then what I do is... Actually, no, I want to extrude it first. So I think I'm just going to use masking and then pull those out. Maybe? I don't know. We'll see. So we're going to go to my masking. Hey, masking. There you go. I'm going to use mask circle. Nope, not perfect circle. I'm going to go mask circle. And then I'm just going to see if this is going to work. I don't think it's going to work very well. Yeah, this isn't really going to work. So I was seeing if I could just grab like the thickness that I want, but I think it's going to get a little too messy. So I got to rethink how I want to do this first. Try half. Let's see if we can get this down quite a bit. Maybe one more half? No, it's too much. This actually is fairly close. I'm looking at this right here. And I may just be able to kind of nudge some of this into... into place. See what I'm saying? I think maybe what I can do is we'll just mask off this. We'll just mask the outside. Yeah, this'll work. Mask the outside, and then I can move all of this, right, as I see fit. Because what I want to do is I want to use my ZModeler to just extrude all of that out. I think that will be the easiest. This is the inside of the carriage. So it's basically, if you're looking at here, it's all of the insides of this. So there's a wall here, there's a wall here, there's a wall right behind the head here, and then there's a wall in the back right here. So it's this shape. It's just this. It's basically a wall right there. I think this will work. Let's just do this. We could use slide. So if I go to ZModeler brush and we'll use slide by brush radius. Turn brush radius down real quick, and then I could slide these right along that axis as well. We just want to clean up a little bit of this. A little bit of this. So again, everything should be still perfectly flat there. Okay, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. Maybe what I want to do is just want to, nope. Nope. Just even these guys out real quick. Some of this stuff can be a little bit tedious, but whatever. Alright, so now I think this is okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come through and tag all of this guy with the temporary quick mask. And I'm just holding Alt and painting those on there. Basically what that does is it does a temporary quick polygroup. And then I'll come to QMesh, polygroup all, and then I'll just pull these guys right off here like this. Now what I think I'm going to do is, because once I extrude this is going to get weird back here. Right? All of this stuff in here is going to get really weird. So what, before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this off of here, but I'm actually going to use Control. And what that does is that pulls off, it rips off a duplicate of that. And gives it its own polygroup. Now while I'm still holding that, I can tap Control or Alt, and that'll give me different polygroups. So I'm just going to grab that like this. We're going to do auto groups. I'm going to hide that guy and split hidden. So that gives me a new group. Okay. There we go. Now I can do it independently, which is fine. So we're going to grab this dude. We're going to QMesh. We're going to give that thickness about right there. Okay. Cool. And then it is inside out, so we'll just go and do display properties flip. Okay, and then we're going to go back to this guy and we're going to QMesh out this way. like that. So now I've got this. Is that even how it goes? Yeah. So basically this is going to be a border. And then we'll pull this guy in here like that. Okay. Then maybe what we'll do is we'll go back to this guy right here. And I want to pull, because right now we're having this clipping issue. So what I want to do is I just want to pull these guys back in real quick. So sometimes you just kind of gotta... You just gotta mess with things, you know? Whatever works. Something like that. Because if I do this guy and I just do a scale, I might be able to get rid of things this way. And just make him wider like this. Then he can encompass both sides. There we go. Cool. So we got that. Now we're going to work on getting his arm in there. Let's mirror and weld that guy first. We'll grab this dude, mirror and weld him. No, he's not going to be 3D printable. There's no reason to do that because I already got him. This is just strictly for video game model. Okay. Now we've got this other little guy, so we're going to take this and we're going to, let's make this a little shorter. There we go. We're going to duplicate that guy. And bring him out here. So he's got this interesting little thingamabobber. Just kind of goes right about here. Interesting. So because this guy is on a different subtool than this guy, I want to be able to kind of move these around without having to redo this. So let's just do group visible, grab this dude, group visible, and then we're just going to merge these down. We'll do merge down. That's fine. Right, now they're connected, but they're different polygroups, and they're different geomeshes. So I can really just do auto groups or like that, whatever. But I can move them independently or dependently now. So if I just want to take my move brush and do, let's do Shift S. Shift S, come on. Nope, of course not. We'll just use the reg of the move brush this time, and then we can just kind of like nudge this stuff around a little. So this stuff actually comes out a little bit further here. It's kind of what I'm... And I knew that I was going to be able to move this stuff kind of independently. That's why I wasn't really worried about the exact shape when I was blocking it out. Uh-oh. Save it. Save it. Oh yeah, he's not happy right now, is he? He's not happy at all. Let's do this. New document. Nope. We'll just drop him in again. That should be fine. There we go. Okay. Grab this dude. So this plate kind of comes up right to the inside, right there. Yeah, that's about right. What it does is something kind of cool. So I like where this is. I'm just going to bring this back. Something like this. And basically what I wanted to do is I wanted to keep this shape, but it basically spreads out all the way down to here on the back. So what I'll do is just, I'm going to grab those guys. And then I'm just going to scale it. And then we'll pull it down just like that. Just about like that. Let's see, what is... Just a little bit larger on that side. So let's switch the mask. Take that back here. We'll just make this a little bit bigger. Like so. Okay. That's okay. Then what I'm going to do is let's clear the mask or use my clip brush again. And I'm just going to cut this off right there. That's not what I wanted. So sometimes your clip brush can kind of shift the shape around a little bit. So the other thing that you could do is you could use a slice brush, which will basically give you a slice right there. Which is fine. That's kind of what I wanted anyways. And then I could just delete hidden. I don't really care about this back here. It's going to be all hidden. But basically what I need is I need this circle and then this shape right here. Then what I can do is let's just grab my move brush and we'll just pull this out just a little bit. Pull that out just a touch. Yeah. Cool. Let's pull this guy in just a little bit. Cool. I don't want that poking out the bottom, so I can do the same thing. Is I can use my slice brush and just go. I want that to end right there. And then I'll just delete that. Cool, so now I got this cool custom shape that I like. Now it's something similar to this, where it has kind of like this this border around it as well, which is all fine and dandy. So what I could do is let's grab my handy dandy ZModeler brush, and then we're going to use poly loop this time, and I'm just going to rip this face off, a copy of the face off, like this. So I'm just going to hold control like this, like I did, and then I'm going to hide that. We'll do split hidden so it's its own. And now what I can do is we'll give it some thickness like that. Pull this guy here, make it a little bit bigger. It's got this like cap to it. But I only want that to be kind of on the, just a border on the outside. So what I'll do is we will ZModeler brush. We'll do insert loop, and we'll do it right about there. And we'll do the same right about there. I'm just going to eyeball this, whatever. And then we'll take poly loop and just go whoop. Wait, what? Wait, what? QMesh is awesome. Okay, and then he's got three little doodads here. So he's got one here. So we'll grab these guys, and then let's turn on symmetry, and we'll probably grab these guys, I think. Yeah. So he's got these guys, and then now what we're going to do is grab that. We'll temporarily grab these guys. I'm going to turn off my symmetry. We'll do poly group all, and then we'll just pull these guys. Hey, where are you going, dude? Come on. Come on. There we go. So we're going to give a little bit of thickness there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab these guys. And then we're just going to give it a little bit of that. So he's kind of got like this thing. Which I think it's a little too big at the moment. We'll leave it there. Cool. We get that. We get the thing. We get the thing. All right. So now we're going to put in the arm pit. Now in this one I have this nice flat surface. So I think what I'm going to do is go brush insert and just use my insert brush. Because I want them to be right on there. So I'm going to grab a cylinder with no edge, and then we're just going to go like this. Okay. Let's see, what does this do? We've got a base, and then we've got something a little bit larger just outside of it. Okay, so it's about yay big. Okay, that's fine. Cool. But then he's got like a little something. It's kind of like this one on the outside of this. So we're just going to. All right. So the other thing is with insert mesh, it doesn't make its own poly group. I mean subtool. How does ZBrush handle geo where the backside is open? I figured out if you cover it, there's a closed hole to the back. It doesn't really trip on it at all. Like I could do all of this modeling with this. So I'll show you. So I'm not going to need the back of that anyways. So because it's masked, right, you do an insert mesh, and then what that does is it automatically masks everything else within the subtool that you put it in. So what I can do is just do a split unmask points. And what that does is it just splits everything that isn't masked within that subtool, which is this guy. No, you can't Dynamesh. Dynamesh will automatically close everything. But it does. I'm not Dynameshing anything, so what I can do is I can just get rid of all this. So we can do group by normals, and then just hide that dude, and then we can do delete hidden, and I can still do all of my modeling right on that. No problem. So I'm going to make basically an echo of this thing. similar to this. So either I can pull it off this side and then extrude in, or what I can do is I can add something here, pull this off, which is probably what I'll do. So we'll just do, we want to do poly loop. Just going to grab this loop, and I'm just going to rip it off just like this. Look at that. And then I'm going to make this a different poly subtool. So I'm just going to split hidden. And then I'll go back in here. I don't necessarily want that edge loop, so I could just go back in time on that particular one. Alright, so then here we go. We got this. We'll just do a quick scale up. I don't know if you can see. Let me actually show you real quick what I'm doing. Whoop! Hello! So like this inside piece is that first one, and now I'm doing this outside piece right here. Okay, so grab that. I'm not worried about this thickness either, because I can use QMesh to change that really quickly. All right, so then let's give this a thickness. All right, so let's say I'm okay with this distance from here to here, but I think it's too thick out here. I can just use polymesh, and then if I hold down Shift, it will it'll do this. So that feels okay. Let's get this into about the right location, so it actually sits off about yay. Let's grab this, and I can do a quick scale. I think it's a little bit too thick. Scale. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to see where this sits over. Yeah, that's about right. I don't know if you can see it, but it sits just right on the outside of that, the hinge. Just right about here. So just on the outside of this guy, it's about where we sit. Okay, cool. And then we've got this little piece that comes off of it. This little guy. So all I have to do is go in and say, let's just grab these dudes. Maybe not. We'll grab these guys. Sure. And then we'll do poly group all for QMesh. And then we'll just do it. We're going to just rip this dude off again. Like that. And then we'll hide that guy. Split hidden. Grab this. Scale that guy up. Whoop. The skull. The skull was modeled. Dun, 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 and then we got some booleans happening. Just a quick Dynamesh sculpt. Okay, and then this guy actually goes something like that. He actually pulls out a little bit, like that. And then he sits off. He sits almost outside to the knee. Almost out here. Like this. Because this right here is what the shoulder pad sits on. So this right here is what that shoulder sits on. Okay, so let's go back to modeler. Let's give this a thickness like that. I think it's a little too far. Pull this right about there. Pull this down just a little bit. Okay. Now we got the basis of what that is doing under there. Yeah. Making some good headway this week. Okay, cool. The challenging thing will be to make these little curved braces in here. How am I going to do that? I may wait for next time to do that part. I think what we should do is do the back wall here. Let's just get this this guy closed up. So we'll need to do this back wall right here real quick. So I think what I'm gonna do, yeah. What I'll do is let's just we'll append a cube. Grab this dude. Go down to initialize. We'll just do a Q cube. Like this. We'll just thin that guy out. Something like that. About this thickness is okay. Pull this guy in here. Kind of rotate him like this. And he's just gonna go right in here like this. I'll have to kind of clean this up a little bit. I don't really mind that too much. Maybe right there. That's fine. Okay, the question is, how much do we see back here, right? So we're going to see these vents quite a bit. So right now, the back of this, I think, is too low. Either that or this thing is too large. The droid, Lamb, what do I call that thing? The drone? Yeah, that drone one, well, that was fun. So let's grab this dude. Why are you out there? Let's make this guy a little bit smaller and bring him down a little bit more. Alright, so something's going on. Either this is too big. Yeah, man. Oh, that was a fun project. Either this is going too low, or we got something where we're not seeing enough of those vents up here. I think maybe if we scale this guy down a little bit and bring him down, that feels a little better there. And then this guy can come down here. So now we're getting a little bit more room in there. Let's do this real quick. Let's mirror and weld that. Let's mirror and weld that. And let's mirror and weld that. So now we can kind of get a better idea of this undercarriage here. Yeah, this dude's coming along, man. I'm pretty happy so far. I think this guy's got a little bit of... Let's add an edge loop here. We'll add another one here. And then he's got kind of the same thing that this has through here. Let's grab the right ones this time. Okay, there we go. Grab that, and we're going to QMesh polygroup, and we're gonna do that. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what he's starting to look like in 3D here. Lamb, I'm I made twice a month on ZBrush, the Pixelogic channel here, and kind of sporadically on my own personal channel. So if you guys would like to follow me on my personal channel, you are more than welcome to. It's Brendon Isaiah Bengtson. Copy and paste is your friend. All right. Let's see, what else can we do here? I think maybe we should let's save real quick. Nice. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna mirror and weld some of this stuff just to see where we're at. Oh, those are all on different ones. Where am I? Duh, those toes are different. Whatever. Whatever, we'll just do it. We'll just spend a minute doing this. It only takes a second. What is last? There's like redo. What is that? Document? Isn't there a redo last somewhere? I know there was. Edit, maybe? It's like do same. It's kind of like Control G in Maya. Oh well, whatever. We'll just grab this stuff. We don't have to do everything. We'll just get most of it over, so we can get an idea of what this dude's looking like. There we go. That's starting to come together, man. I don't know about you, but I'm getting happy with it. Grab that guy. Gonna grab this guy. And this is the nice thing about doing everything. Oh man, all these pieces are different. All these pieces are different. You know what we should do is we should just redo this guy real quick. Hello. Good morning, fam. The baby's up. And the baby. Hi. You wanna come say hi? Come here, you wanna come say hi to everybody? Come here, buddy. Come here. There she is. Hi. You wanna see what Daddy's working on? Hi. How you doing? Who's that? Say hello. Hello. Look what Daddy's working on. Dad's got all the cool stuff, huh? Yeah? Yeah, Mommy's still over there. Daddy's got all the cool stuff. You just woke up, huh? You still kind of got that sleep face on your face. Dad, I was kind of overloaded by all this awesome stuff. Can I play with it? Can I? Hi. How's it going? Oh, what's that? Yeah? What do you think? Yeah? No, you can't have my glasses. Alright, you wanna go back to mommy? Say bye-bye. 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 Okay, see you guys. Alright. Should be done. I got about 10 minutes left. Alright. We do need to resize this guy. So I think I'm gonna try to do that real quick. Question is, how the hell? Nah, I'm gonna wait until later. That one may be a bit much. So let's just grab these guys. Ooh, nope, not that. Grab this dude. Grab. I think that's it. Yeah, now we got an idea. Yeah, he's looking pretty cool. Oh! Dad, what are you doing? Dad, what are you? I want to play, Dad. Dad. Should we give this guy a name? We need to give this guy a name.
Fred.
Fred? Fred. It's Fred. Oh! Alright. Alright. Lawrence. What about Clifford? Clifford the big red dog. Of course, he's not a warhound, so maybe not Clifford. Maybe Gertrude or Bertha. That might be kind of cool too. All right. We got about 5 more minutes. You guys have any other questions that you would like me to answer? We'll just kind of muddle around here a little bit. Before I got pretty much everything that I wanted to get done today done. So I guess we can leave it off with some muddling about on some of these pieces and answer any questions that you find young cannibals may have. While we do that, I think while we go this guy, cool. Let's duplicate that guy. Whoop! I don't need all those. I just need one of them. Question. Anybody? Question. Whoop. Nope. Let's do that guy. Let's go delete hidden. This. Some of this. Some of this. Put that back into center of geo. We'll slap that to 90 degrees. Pull him out there. Scale this dude up. It's kind of like I have my own kit bash. I knew somebody was going to get the Fine Young Cannibals reference. Yeah. Okay, then we'll just do Mirror and Weld. Okay, and this guy's got some stuff on it we could start doing. Oh, he doesn't have that. He's got this. This one's got that. Duh. Hey, what's up from Japan? How are you, man? Okay, let's delete hidden. This one actually goes up here to there. That one actually goes up there. Get him. Make sure when I'm doing this snapping to and fro, I want to make sure that that perspective is turned off. Just makes life a little bit easier. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to grab this dude, this dude. Got that guy, or maybe... I think this guy was the first one that I wanted. So let's duplicate this guy, and then we're going to take him, throw him all the way down to the... Oh, snaps. I did not want to do that. Oh, it just threw that down to the bottom. Okay. Did it? I don't know what I just did. Alright. Anyways, I think we're going to call it there, ladies and gents. We got a lot of good work done on this round. Let's turn shoulder pads back on. Cool. That's where we're at. And let's maybe turn the arms and guns back on. Where's biceps? Yeah, pre-drag, thanks for coming by, man. So let's turn the biceps back on. Let's turn the cannon. Where was the cannon? Biceps, cannon shield. And then there's the cannon. There we go. All right. We're getting there, man. We are getting there. All right, ladies and gents. It's been real. It's been fun. Thank you all for the awesome convo. And we will see you very soon. A couple weeks. Saturdays. If you'd like to follow me on my personal channel, it's twitch.tv/Brendon Isaiah Bengtson. Let's just put that in there. Twitch.tv/Brendon Isaiah Bengtson. So yeah, that's there. And don't forget to follow the Pixelogic channel here on Twitch, as they have many amazing, awesome other artists that are streaming. And if you would like to go back and watch some previous streams for this dude, you can go to ZBrushLive.com and find my page, Brendon Isaiah Bengtson, and there's pretty much all of them are there. You can also go to the Pixelogic YouTube channel. That you can find a lot of other artists there as well. But on that note, I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. But most of all, I hope you're inspired to go make your own cool stuff. So do it. Get out there and make cool stuff. All right. See you guys. Bye. Bye. See ya.